Hello and welcome to another video. And in today's video, we shall be talking about 5 reasons because of which you should read every day. So without any further ado, let's dive right into the video. Reason number 1. High leverage activity. Most of the authors that have written books have done shit in their life. Shit that you want to do. Either you want to achieve financial independence or you want to become a content creator. People who have achieved financial independence and people who have achieved anything that you want to achieve. I mean, they are the people you aspire to be. So it is only logical to learn from them, isn't it? And the truth is, if you want to learn from them personally, then you have to pay them a lot of money. And through this book medium, you can easily learn from them, and that too at a very low cost. So it is a high leverage activity because you're learning from professionals in their fields, that too at a very low cost. And what can be better than that? Reason number 2. It reduces stress. Have you ever had a bad day or a day where things didn't go right and some shit happened and you are sad and you just go and pick up a book and start reading and you are so engrossed in the book that you even forget that something bad happened today and you are like completely happy and you are completely engrossed in the story. This happens because books open a portal to a new world. We dive into the author's world and we forget about our world problems and all of that stuff. If you don't believe me when I say that reading book reduces stress, then you can check out this research done by university, which I'll screenshot here. If you're interested, you can check out the whole research. But believe me, reading has reduced a lot of stress inside me and helped a lot of people too. Reason number 3. Improves analytical and thinking skills. Have you ever read a thriller novel and figured out who is the killer even before the book ends? And in the end you finally found that yes, you are correct. Well, that happens because you have improved your analytical skills. You pay attention to the little details given in the book and figure out who is the killer. I mean, that's obvious because you are training your brain to improve at that analytical skill. And that skill often comes handy in the real life too. In the real life, if you are running a startup or you are going through a day-to-day life or even if it's family problems, you can eventually figure out a solution by using that critical thinking skills easily. So acquiring this critical thinking skill is essential and that can only be developed by reading good books and thinking through it, not just only reading through the books. You have to think about the books too. That's how you can develop this awesome critical thinking skill. Reason number 4, mental exercise. You know that physical exercise is good for your body. You know that by exercising you can stay healthy for your lifetime. But what about your brain? How can you make your brain healthy? Well, books serve as a workout for your brain because it has to go through so many words and interpret what they mean. This is a long and tedious process which our brain has to work completely, that is actively. Have you ever seen an old person who has completely forgotten about his grandchildren or children's? Like a person who has dementia and or Alzheimer's disease? Well, it mainly happens because you don't exercise your brain. If you don't exercise your body for a whole year and only eat junk food, then you will see that your body grows fat and you become chubby and all this stuff. And if you do the same to your brain, you don't exercise your brain, you don't read books, you don't do anything and just keep consuming junk content like watching news, reading newspapers and all of this stuff, then eventually your brain will rot away because it isn't doing any kind of exercise which is healthy for it. So if you want to remember your grandchildren and children when you are old, so start reading now. Reason number 5, increases empathy. Empathy is a skill that everyone should have. Everyone should have the skill to put themselves into the other person's shoes and think that they are right or wrong. Well, eventually there is no such thing as right and wrong. What happens is that when we read a book, we experience what the characters are feeling because our brain does not distinguish between reading and experiencing the certain phenomenon. So we experience the sadness the character is feeling. We experience the betrayal the character is feeling. We experience the anger the character is feeling. Eventually we start understanding human emotions better, and through which we can always put ourselves in other people's shoes. Recently I had this realization that most of the criminals and most of the people who do like bad stuff, they're not actually bad. If you go through their history, most of them would have gone through some kind of trauma or some kind of bad childhood experiences, or they were tortured or were bullied and all this stuff. And all of this fills them with, unresolved traumas through their childhood, and it eventually shows in their adult life. and not many of us will become criminals or commit crimes because of it, but our mental health will suffer because of it. And most of the secrets of our mental health related in our childhood experiences. If you go back to our childhood, you will figure out where things went wrong, why you were treated badly, and you will often see that the effects that those experiences made on you as a kid still remains as an adult. So I had this realization because of reading a lot of books. So reading books is critical to developing a great empathy, because what the world needs most is empathetical people, not sympathy, because anyone can offer sympathy. But to understand the other person's emotions and understand what they're currently feeling is a wholly different experience. And it really is beneficial for the other person too. So if you can become a person who is empathetical, you can help a lot of persons. That is what I have learned from reading a lot of books. So you have stuck till now. I mean, thank you for sticking till now. So that's why I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to give you a secret through which you can make reading a habit. So whenever you wake up every day, what is the first thing you have to do? You go and take your morning poop, or you take your smartphone and start scrolling through it, right? So instead of picking up your smartphone, pick up a book. While going to sleep, keep a book beside you, and when you wake up, pick up that book and read for about 5-10 pages. Not much, just read for 5-10 pages and keep that book. But you will not believe me that this simple trick can make reading a habit for you. Like, you will unconsciously start reading books more and more because you will be making it a habit. Your brain will start stimulating reading as something that you do daily. So use this simple trick. Don't use your phone for the first 15 minutes. Instead, read a book for the first 15 minutes and see your life change. And the truth is, not many people will receive this advice through this video because they clicked off this video for the first minute or two. And if you stick to the end, please let me down in the comments if you like this habit change of 15 minutes reading in the morning, and if you are going to apply it soon. Because if you don't apply all the advice on the internet and all the advice that I'm giving is completely bullshit. So see you tomorrow with another video, and until then, have a great day and keep reading.